A brief shot of some intense lake effect snow is expected across portions of western Michigan on Monday and Tuesday. In this video, I'm going to talk about where we will see the most intense lake effect snow, who's going to see lake effect snow, because I think it will also extend to Indiana and Ohio a little bit, as well as the warm up that is coming for Christmas Day. Hello everybody, the time is 3:21 p.m. and it is December 16th. We are 9 days away from Christmas. Welcome to another update of Great Lakes weather. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. A little bit of a forecast that has come into shape across portions of western Michigan for Monday and Tuesday. It's looking like there could be a setup for a banding of lake effect snow, similar to this scenario that was back in October. We haven't seen intense snow recently across much of the Great Lakes region, so this will be something that could actually also produce a couple inches to several inches of snow across portions of western Michigan as well. Indiana and Ohio will probably get in this a little bit as well. But we're going to take a look at some of the models, and we're also going to take a look at some of the official forecasts from the National Weather Service regarding this setup. So let's dive right into it with what is given by the National Weather Service just out this afternoon. So what you see here, this is their poster that they put out for the expectations of heavy lake effect snow across portions of southern Michigan. You can see that's one of the primary target areas, and then also portions of northwest Michigan, including Ludington and Cadillac regions. But it looks like the more intense setup is going to be right along a line west of US 131, getting to Three Rivers and getting down towards Sturgis. So you can kind of see that areas such as Leonidas, areas such as Fulton, Climax, those places may see very little bit, just very little snow, maybe not even more than an inch of snow. So there's really a well-defined line where the heavy snow banding is going to be cut off from much of the rest of the region. You can see that Van Buren County, northeastern Cass County, St. Joe County, southwestern Kalamazoo County are going to be probably some of the most heavily impacted places by this lake effect snow band. And then you can also see that there could be some travel impacts across portions north of Big Rapids as well. So you can see several inches of lake effect snow possible, gusty northwest winds of 25 to 40 miles per hour, which is actually going to contribute to the potential for 15-foot waves on Lake Michigan as well. So there's probably going to be some gale-force winds out there. So you're going to want to be cautious if you are close to the lakeshore in particular. You may go out and take a look at those during this snow event. But I am expecting that I'm going to go and chase this event later on in the afternoon on Monday after the snow really starts to kick into gear. I'm going to be probably focusing myself in this band here and then also checking out the edge of the lakeshore where that high wave action is expected. So far southwest lower Michigan, far northwest lower Michigan are going to be impacted. Very localized event. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if it extended a little bit farther into northern Indiana as well, places just south of St. Joseph County. I wouldn't be surprised to see also this threat for several inches of snow. That includes Howe, LaGrange. Those places could see some decent snowfall accumulations from this event as well. And again, lake effect snow, it's always kind of a wild card with a lot of different things. Things can happen, things can change, but it does appear that these areas are going to see the most snow. So visibility will be down to near zero. There will be blowing snow. It's going to be some of that nice powdery snow in addition to some of the heavy wet snow that we're used to seeing as well. So there's going to be a lot coming together for this event. So let's go and I'll show you exactly why the setup is the way it is right now. Now I want you to pay close attention to two different spots in the upper level pattern. Okay, so you have a low, upper level low here. It's kind of broad, and then you have a tighter upper level low right here. This tighter upper level low that you see right in this region is actually going to bring us rain later on tonight, and maybe some snow in the parts of the upper peninsula, but it's probably not going to stick too well. But as we progress it forward, you can see that this low right here begins to deepen, and you notice that this low right here also will start to kind of deepen and draw off some energy as well. You're going to have a nice surge of warm air on the eastern side of this low as it moves up. There's actually some tornado potential in Florida tonight. And then you can see that there's a surge of cool air on the back side that's going to be nosediving down towards the Great Lakes region. Low is going to kind of be settling off to the east here, and it moves through. As it moves through, we're going to see kind of that push of cold air on the back side. That push of cold air and that trough that's dipping into Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio is what's going to bring with it some stronger winds, probably some wind gusts of 40, maybe even up to 50 miles per hour in some spots, and that potential for heavy snow. a few inches of snow across portions of western Michigan. So you can see that it's a brief shot of cold air, and I mean, I know I've forecasted the potential for a low potential for White Christmas, and that's still on track. You can see that quickly a ridge builds in back into parts of eastern Michigan, or parts of Michigan, Indiana, Ohio as well. So it's not really going to be too impactful on our White Christmas chances as we get closer to Christmas Day. So let's get a look at where that snow is expected. We'll start from the very get-go. And again, this low pressure system associated with this upper level pattern is going to make its way through the Great Lakes region. Pretty much anywhere in the Great Lakes region is going to see rain. Not too much rain, but there will be some rain associated with that low moving through. And then you can see that trough starting to dip in. You notice that the isobars are tightened up. You've got some pretty strong winds associated with this trough dipping down into the area. You can see it's going to have some associated snow showers with it. Also coming off of the low pressure system that's going to be moving through the eastern United States later on throughout the weekend, the one that's going to bring some severe weather to Florida possibly. And you can see that it doesn't really set up just right for lake effect snow as this portion begins to move through, but as we get later on into the afternoon, this is where the model run stops here, but you can kind of see that really nice focused band of heavy snow across portions of Van Buren and Cass County. So if you take a look at that, you can see that the dew points and the temperatures are really close in alignment. You've got that low dendritic growth zone. You've got winds out of the northwestern, and they're going to be pretty strong also at the surface, and also associated with northwest winds aloft. You're going to have a pretty decent setup for some lake effect snow, and it could be an inch to a couple inches per hour across some spots as it moves through. You can see some of that snow is also going to move into portions of Ohio and Indiana as well. You can see that that's associated with the trough as it moves through, interacting with that system that is going to be farther to the east. And that is what we are really watching out for. Also lake effect snow farther north as well in the Upper Peninsula. Temperatures will be a little bit colder, but you can still see that there is a setup for some lake effect snow showers out there. There actually is going to be a little bit of instability with these too. Cape values of 100 to 200 possible across some spots. The potential for thunder snow, not really sure if there will be too much of that, but again, anything is possible. But your lapse rates will be pretty. You'll have some steepening lapse rates with these. Could be some pretty decent snow from this particular band. Could see several inches of snow here across southwestern Michigan in this upcoming setup. So again, pulling it a little bit forward here, taking a look at the Euro model, which kind of has a similar pattern. It doesn't really show it as intense as the HRRR. HRRR is just coming out with this information, but you can see snow is also going to focus across portions of southwestern Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and still those tightening isobars, meaning those strong winds capable of bringing 15-foot waves across portions of Lake Michigan. In fact, real quick, I want to back up to the HRRR model and take a close look at that. Let's pause it at hour 48. You go to your surface winds. Your wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour are shown there, especially following along with that push of snow that will be going through parts of Indiana and Ohio. So there will be some strong winds with these gusty winds. Going to want to latch down those Christmas decorations if you have them out, and Ohio will be getting into this as well later on. But you can see that those gale-force winds will really be present across portions along Lake Michigan and on the lakeshore. So again, blowing snow could be a possibility with this. And again, keep in mind this is not going to be a widespread issue for travel impacts. Really, the main travel impacts are going to be those places right close to the lakeshore, especially southwest Michigan, places such as St. Joe County, Kalamazoo County, Van Buren, and Cass and Berrien. And then areas farther up to the north will likely see some impacts from this as well. Let's get a closer look at these places, and then we can go to the possible snow accumulations by 1 p.m. on December 18th, which is Monday. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the possibility for total snowfall accumulations. We can have 4 inches by 1 p.m. as this thing started. This thing was starting probably around Monday morning. Okay, so by the time we get through that, there will be about possibly 4 inches of snow on the ground across portions of southwestern Michigan, extreme southwestern Michigan. And snow could continue into Tuesday as well, so that intense snow banding will likely lead to several additional inches of snow across that region. And then you can see that there's also a couple inches of snow accumulating across portions of southern Michigan as well. If we zoom it out, and so you can see the Upper Peninsula as well, see snow accumulations up there will also range in a few inches as of 1 p.m. and then also some lighter snow accumulations as you get into portions of Indiana and Ohio. May not even stick. The ground temperatures might be kind of warm given that we've had some warmer temperatures over the past few days. So that's what's kind of showing up on the models as of right now. So again, gale watch is in effect for the Lake Michigan region, also parts of Lake Huron. Going to be some high wave action, waves up to 15 feet in some spots, maybe a little bit higher. I'm planning on crossing through that snow band as it moves through along I-94, and then also I'm going to intercept those waves as we get closer to Benton Harbor, South Haven region. So there's a lot of things on the table with this upcoming chase. It's going to be the heavy snow potential, travel impacts, as well as the gale-force winds on the lakeshore. So probably going to be out there in the afternoon on Monday. So again, I don't think it's going to impact our chances for a white Christmas. White Christmas chances are still low, in fact even lower, I'd say at this point. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook between Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve's Eve show that temperatures are still going to be well above average for much of the United States and particularly portions of the Great Lakes region. So it's not going to be a surprise to see that we are not going to be having a white Christmas this year. So hopefully this information was helpful to you. Make sure to keep track of the latest forecasts from your local weather forecast office. Make sure to subscribe and stay updated. I'll continue to provide updates as we get towards this event, and I am expecting to chase this on Monday, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.